Hello everyone, very good morning, very warm welcome once again to the YouTube session brought to you by PW. In today's class, we are going to practice top 10 questions from unit algorithms and data structures. We all know algorithms, data structures, again, one of a very important unit in our syllabus because you can expect 10 questions approximately in the examination. But before I start with any of the discussion further, please, first of all, a confirmation is needed. My voice is perfectly audible and the screen behind me is clearly visible. वेलकम प्लीज, गुड मॉर्निंग, जल्दी से जुड़ जाएं सब लोग. एंड एक क्विक कंफर्मेशन, माय वॉइस इज ओके एंड द स्क्रीन बिहाइंड मी इज क्लियरली विजिबल. Yes, please. All okay? चलिए, ठीक है. These days we are conducting the series जहां पर हम unit wise top 10 most important topics के questions basically ले रहे हैं, जहां पे question पूछे जाने का chance बहुत ज्यादा है. Looking into definitely the trend of paper, the history of examination के basis के ऊपर हमने ये basically sort किया है. ठीक है, चलिए. सो अब हम शुरू करते हैं एल्गोरिथम्स डेटा स्ट्रक्चर से. पहला सबसे सिंपल क्वेश्चन मैंने आपके लिए यहाँ पे प्लेस करा है, which is this. Just a second, let me start the poll as well so that you all can reply and we all can have a look upon ki what is the right answer for the question. How many students have given the correct answer for it? Correct. Okay. All right. First question in front of you here. Which of the following is an example of dynamic programming problem? डायनामिक प्रोग्रामिंग से कौन सा सबसे अच्छा सॉल्व हो सकता है? बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आपके पास यहाँ पे पूछा जा सकता है. ओके नीरू, नोटेड. वैसे ये जीआरएफ उद्यम सीरीज चल रही है तो इसके अंदर हम लोग इसी को कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं. आई थिंक इसका लेक्चर नंबर आज, यस, पोल स्टॉप, आज इसका लेक्चर नंबर 37 है. यस, लेक्चर नंबर 37. व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर? सब लोग डी बोल रहे हैं. देखें, इज डी द करेक्ट आंसर? एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट इज द राइट आंसर. नैपसैक प्रॉब्लम. डेप्थ फर्स्ट सर्च हमारा डायनामिक प्रोग्रामिंग के अंदर नहीं आता. डेप्थ फर्स्ट सर्च ग्राफ ट्रेवर्सल है ना, एलिमेंट्री ग्राफ एल्गोरिथम्स है, तो ये तो इसकी लिस्ट के अंदर ही नहीं है. Yes, this is basically the concept जो कि elementary graph algorithms होते हैं. Elementary graph algorithms. Yes, यहाँ पे नहीं आता. Then इसके बाद next concept, next option is chaining. Chaining is also not an example for dynamic programming. Chaining hash table के अंदर आता है जो कि collision resolution का एक method है. So chaining इसका appropriate word ही नहीं है. Chaining is basically the concept of hashing. Yes, and it is used for the method of collision resolution. जब अगर डेटा टकरा जाए, जैसे लिंक लिस्ट के फॉर्म में डेटा इंसर्ट होता है, अगर दो नोड्स एक ही प्लेस के ऊपर स्टोर होना चाहते हैं तो कोलिजन को हम रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ चेनिंग. यस, देन वी हैव डिजिस्ट्रास शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ. डिजिस्ट्रास एक्चुअली इज सिंगल सोर्स शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ, है ना. सो इसका जो एप्रोप्रिएट वर्ड है वो क्या है? वो है सिंगल सोर्स शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ. एंड लेट मी टेल यू बच्चे, सिंगल सोर्स शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ इज नॉट डायनामिक. सिंगल सोर्स शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ ग्रीडी मेथड है. ठीक है, सो अकेला ऑप्शन आपके पास कौन सा बच गया? ऑप्शन नंबर डी, पॉइंट नंबर डी, विच इज knapsack प्रॉब्लम. डायनामिक प्रोग्रामिंग डिवाइड्स अ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रॉब्लम इनटू स्मॉलर सब प्रॉब्लम्स. Each smaller problem is then solved just once as a sub problem to prevent the repeat calculations, है ना. जैसे मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दे रखा है, आप फैक्टोरियल का एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं. बेसिकली डायनामिक प्रोग्रामिंग का कंसेप्ट है बॉटम टू टॉप. आप नीचे से शुरू करेंगे एंड आप ऊपर की तरफ आ रहे हैं. मतलब आप ऐसे कह सकते हो कि आप छोटी प्रॉब्लम्स का सोल्यूशन निकालोगे, उसको यूज करोगे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम्स के सोल्यूशन को फाइंड आउट करने के लिए. जैसे कि एग्जाम्पल इज फैक्टोरियल फंक्शन. लेट अस कंसिडर आई एम कैलकुलेटिंग 7 फैक्टोरियल. सो 7 फैक्टोरियल बेसिकली होता क्या? 7 फैक्टोरियल होता है 7 क्रॉस 6 फैक्टोरियल. मतलब 6 फैक्टोरियल छोटी प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन हो गया ना, जिसको मैं बड़े में यूज कर रही हूँ. ऐसे ही अगर मैं बच्चे 8 फैक्टोरियल निकालती तो वहां पर आई एम गोइंग टू यूज 7 फैक्टोरियल। तो हर एक बड़ी प्रॉब्लम में मैं छोटी प्रॉब्लम के सोल्यूशन को यूज करती हूँ। दैट इज व्हाट इज अ कंसेप्ट ऑफ डायनामिक। इसी वजह से तो आप इसका एक पॉपुलर कीवर्ड पढ़ते हो जिसको क्या कहते हैं, ओवरलैपिंग सब प्रॉब्लम्स, है ना। ये जो सब प्रॉब्लम्स हैं इनके सोल्यूशन को हम सेव करके रखते हैं सो दैट वी कैन यूज इट इन द फ्यूचर। Am I clear? Everyone, this is basically a very simple portion, but it's just that आपको differentiation पता होना चाहिए कि कैसे। and एक सबसे ज्यादा popular concept dynamic programming का जो है that is knapsack problem। yes, जहां पर एक चोर चोरी करने के लिए जाता है, चोर चाहता है कि मैं सब कुछ चुरा लूं। सब कुछ तो चुरा नहीं सकता, कितना चुरा सकता है, जितना उसके knapsack की कैपेसिटी है। knapsack क्या है, उसका थैला, कैरी बैग जो वो लेके गया, है ना। तो उसकी कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से वो चोरी करेगा, जितना उसके अंदर आ जाएगा उतना ले जाएगा, बाकी वो छोड़ जाएगा। सिंपल। सो दैट इज व्हाट इज अ कंसेप्ट ऑफ डायनामिक। चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अगेन बहुत ज्यादा सिंपल। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 फ्रॉम डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का आंसर डी था, 84% ऑडियंस वाज राइट। सेकेंड क्वेश्चन वेरी सिंपल, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2। हाँ जी, यस, क्या हो गया? वाओ, मेनी कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस उर्वी, and thank you so much for all the praise. Thank you so much. God bless you always. Yes, please write answer. Do connect with me on Telegram also, Urvi. Yes. Yes, okay. I'll explain in English. All right. Right answer for the question. Which data structure is typically used to represent the game state in min-max tree? We have solved the question for min-max tree. What is the concept? We have a minimizer and a maximizer. Maximizer always tries to maximize, minimizer tries to minimize. Like we both are playing game. I will always try कि मैं जीतूं and you will always try कि आप जीतो. Simple सी बात है ना? So it is a tree type of structure. Is A the correct answer? Is A the correct answer? Let's check out. 95% audience is correct. Absolutely A is the right answer for this question. Okay. Prabhakar Sharma, noted. I'll see if this is a trouble in shifting questions, and I'll definitely keep this in mind for next time. Next question, everyone, quite a simple one. Question number 3. This is question number 3. So you have to find out the prefix equivalent for the given postfix expression. Prefix equivalent for the given postfix expression. Very easy question. Question number 3. Time starts now. 45 seconds though I'm giving, but it's not essential. Yes, please. First of all, you can convert this to infix. Is D the correct answer? Let's check out, is D the correct answer? D is absolutely right. First of all, you can write it in the infix form and then you can find out the prefix expression for the given infix. Hai na? So this could be one thing which you can do. D is the correct answer. I think 62% students are right. Those who are unaware of how to do, So we can solve this question first converting this to infix expression. So it would be a plus b, and also it is c minus d with the multiplication sign in between these two. This is infix. Now once you solve the convert a infix expression to prefix, the first rule is following the precedence order, and the precedence order is first you always solve brackets. So whether it's a curly bracket or it's parenthesis, you always solve them first. So solve the bracket, like this is my first part. If I solve this, I'll get answer plus of AB, right? Similarly, if I solve this, then I can get minus of CD, right? Now this is one portion which is solved, this is second portion which is solved, and between them we have multiplication. So multiplication will go in front to get the answer, which is multiplication plus AB minus of CD. Absolutely correct, D. So you can simply convert it into infix and then you can get your answer. Next question, everyone. This was question number 3. Yes. Question number 4. Question number 4 is a simple theory question. Which technology is commonly used for storing and querying unstructured or semi-structured big data? Yes, please. Which technology is commonly used for querying unstructured or semi-structured? कौन सी technology? Hadoop? Is Hadoop the right answer? Is Hadoop the right answer? Hadoop basically is the concept which is used for the query with the database, as like we have SQL, which is basically the query of database, a normal database. But in the case when we have big data, my data is increasing exponentially. So the structured query language cannot work well there. So Hadoop can handle large volume of data, which is including unstructured or semi-structured data, but it is not designed for efficiently querying of such data. Hadoop is basically associated with big data processing and storage. It is a distributed computing framework that provides Hadoop distributed file system for distributed storage. Then we have option B, which is MongoDB. This is a NoSQL database system which is designed for handling unstructured or semi-structured data. So this is a specific type of structure जो कि specifically unstructured and semi-structured के लिए डिजाइन किया जाता है. Hadoop की अगर आप बात करो, Hadoop can handle the huge volume of data, but it is not only for handling unstructured and the semi-structured type of data. Hadoop can manage structured data also, because my big data can be structured, unstructured, it can be semi-structured also. Structured could be as in the form, the RDBMS, the relation tables. Unstructured can be images, audios, videos. Semi-structured could be XML files, right? So such type of. So it uses a document-oriented data model which is flexible, and it allows for the storage of data in the JSON-like documents. So MongoDB is the well-suited for big data application where the data does not fit well into the traditional relational database structure. That's what I said. Hadoop basically can handle structured data also. ये structured data पे भी work कर सकता है, unstructured data पे भी work कर सकता है, also semi-structured data पे भी work कर सकता है. But what is my question? My question is not on structured. My question is which is for storing and querying only unstructured, which can be in the form of audio, in the form of videos, yes, in the form of images, etc., graphics, all these things. And semi-structured could be the XML documents, right? So it is MongoDB. It is not Hadoop, because Hadoop can handle structured, Hadoop can handle unstructured, Hadoop can also handle semi-structured. That's the difference. Okay. Yes, that's the difference. So right answer for the question is option number B. Am I clear? It is MongoDB. It is commonly used technology. हमारे पास MongoDB है. 22% students are right. 5 students have given the correct answer. That's what the prime point of difference is. Yes, you should select all the options. You should select all the options, Mandeep Kaur. Absolutely, you should select all the options. Chaliye, next question. Next question is where we have to sort the values as according to the complexity. I have a simple question there. Fn and Gn are mentioned. Fn is n to the power 3 if n is greater than equal to 0 and less than 100. N square otherwise. Gn is n if n is greater than equal to 0 less than 100. N square plus 5 and otherwise. Which of the following statement accurately describe the order of growth for Fn and Gn? This is question number 5, and I think you all know complexity type of questions, very, very important from examination point of view. Take your time. I'm giving you 60 seconds timer for this question. Time starts now. You can take an example if you want, like when function has n greater than equal to 0, then its complexity would be n to the power 3. You can take any random value in between and put here in Fn, just to compare. Just to compare, you can substitute the various values to get what is the order of growth. Order of growth basically is जो आपकी complexity निकलेगी या फिर जो बड़ा होगा, जो larger होगा. Right answer for the question is, I'm getting mixed replies. Some students are saying A, some are saying option number C. The correct answer for this question, time up. The correct answer for this question is option number A. 81% accuracy. And let me explain how. So as I said, if the function value, if n value is greater than equal to 0 and less than 100, then function will have n to the power 3. Like, let's take an example, let n is equal to 50. If I take n 50, so what is 50 to the power 3? That is equal to 50 cross 50 cross 50, correct? So it would be 1,25,000. And n square otherwise means if it's not falling in this range, if the value is not greater than equal to 0 less than 100, so you can take it as greater than 100. Yeah, let the second part, this part, n value greater than 100, which is n equal to, let's say, 200. Okay, so if I take 200, then it would be 200 to the power 2, which would be equal to 200 cross 200, which will be 40,000. What is larger? Obviously, this one is larger. So answer is n to the power 3 for Fn. For Fn, it would be n to the power 3, which is given in two options. So my B and D option cannot be the answer. Yeah, either it is A or it is C. So you all have guessed it right definitely कि या तो A है या C है. वो सबका pointer बिल्कुल ठीक था. अब same logic is applicable to point number C. I can let same values because my rule is same. Yeah, my rule is same. It says Gn is equal to Fn if n is greater than equal to 0 less than 100. So again, for this case, I can let n is equal to 50. If I let n is equal to 50, so Gn is equal to 50. So यहाँ पर तो simple 50 आ गया. And here if I'll put the values, then here if I put the values, then otherwise you can let, that means greater than 100, let it be 200. If you let it be 200, so it would be 200 square plus 5 into 200. Yes? है ना? सो यहाँ पर आपके पास आंसर क्या आ जाएगा? यहाँ पर आपके पास आंसर आएगा सेकंड पार्ट में, अगर आप 200 लेते हो, इट्स 200 स्क्वायर, तो ये 40,000 प्लस 5n भी आप ले सकते थे, जो मैंने पूरी क्वेश्चन ली, बट बेसिकली व्हाट वुड बी द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी आउट ऑफ n स्क्वायर एंड 5n, व्हाट इज लार्जर? कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कंपैरिजन. Complexity comparison. Those who are unaware, I have conducted a YT session which is related to complexity comparison and recurrence relation. Complexity comparison and recurrence relation. You can search this session by my name. Here I've explained the complete concept on YouTube, complexity comparison. So out of these two, what is larger? Obviously n square. So n square is 200 square, which is going to be 40,000. Definitely if you compare 40,000 and 50, what is larger? 40,000. That means its complexity is n. Here the complexity is n square. So answer is A. The correct answer is option number A. Again, I'm repeating, those who are unaware of how to calculate, how to compare the complexity, they can have a look upon the session and make sure that you all very well understood the topic. Because यहाँ पे रटने का कुछ नहीं है, it's just that you have to have a good command over concept. Again, I'm repeating, very, very important concept, complexity comparison and also recurrence relation. Next question, question number 6. Question number 6 in front of you, simple formula based question from the concept of B plus tree. A B plus tree index is to be built on attributes of relation A. Assume that all attributes are of length 8 bytes, disk blocks are of size 5.2 bytes and the index pointer are of size 4 bytes. What would be the maximum number of keys that can be accommodated in a given scenario of B plus tree? Time starts now, 60 seconds. Formula based question है वैसे ये. block pointer plus n into key plus record pointer should be less than equal to the size of the block. Yes, what is the right answer? The correct formula, option number B. Is B the correct answer? Poll stop हो चुका है. B is the correct answer. 42 is the right answer. 100% accuracy है. बहुत बढ़िया. It's a direct formula. It's a direct formula. You have to find out the order. Yes, question में हमें क्या given है? Question में हमें पता है कि जो B trees होते हैं, data and records को we put it in the leaf level. Yes, the keys value can only be placed at internal nodes, but the data or the record pointer can be placed at leaf levels, right? As according to question, we have to find out the order of leaf node. Key size is K, record pointers is RP, and block pointer is BP. So we have a formula, the N into K plus record pointer plus block pointer is less than equal to the total block size, which is given to me as equal to 512. So you can substitute the values here. You can substitute the values. K value is given, K is the key size, that is given 8. Block pointer is given 4 and the total block size is given 512. So you can simply multiply and calculate P, which is the order, child pointers. Yes, number of child pointers. So you can solve this equation and get answer 42, the correct answer. 100% accuracy for this question. Very good. Expected direct formula based question. Direct formula based question. Next question, everyone. Question number 7 from graph theory. Question number 7. Number of edges in a regular graph of degree d and n number of vertices is equal to what? Time starts now. You can draw any regular graph. Regular graph where all the vertices have equal degree. Total number of edges could be ऑप्शन नंबर सी आ रहा है. Number of edges in a regular graph of degree d and n number of vertices. Number of edges would be n cross d. N cross d divided by 2. It should be option number n cross d divided by 2. d होना चाहिए भाई. n cross d होता है. Every vertex has same degree in case when we talk about regular graphs. Yes. Every vertex have same degree. Sum of degrees is given as n cross d. Sum of degrees is equal to 2 cross e also. है ना? Sum of degrees in regular graph, every vertex has degree same. So sum of degree is written as n cross d. Just a second. There are two things which you have to note. Sum of degree is equal to n cross d. Yes, because in regular graph, all vertices have same degree. All the vertices have same degree. So sum of degrees is equal to n cross d. This is one statement which you can learn. Another thing is we also have handshaking lemma. According to handshaking theorem, according to handshaking lemma, we know that the sum of degree, as according to handshaking, sum of degree is also equal to twice cross E. So these two things now equate each other. So n cross d is equal to 2 cross e. What is my question? My question is number of edges. That means I have to find out e na. So what is e? E would be equal to n cross d divided by 2. This will be the right answer for the question. Option number D. D, option number D. बहुत सारे C बोल रहे थे. Let's check out 3 students on timer have given the correct answer. Many students replied for it. This is gate question. This is gate question. You can let the value also, as in if you do not know the formula, although I've derived here the formula, but if you do not know the formula, you can let the value as well, considering a regular graph, as I have considered in my solution. So here you can see that the vertices, there are 4 vertices and number of edges here are 6, correct? But we can derive it as well. And are the number of vertices 4 and the degree of each vertex is 3. So 4 cross 3 divided by 2, which would be equal to 4 3s are 12 divided by 2, and that is equal to 6. So you can calculate the value by substituting. ठीक है, absolutely correct. चलिए next question here. Next question. Question number 7, I think. This was question 6. No, this was question 7. Now moving to question number 8. Very, very important. Multiple times, multiple PYQs. Multiple times, multiple PYQs. The question from hashing. Not only in UGC, if you are preparing for other state level papers, then also you can see question of hashing. Question is, hash function is given with linear probing. You have to insert the keys simply. Starting from index 0, question is, what is the location of 11? Using the logic of linear probing. Your time starts now, 60 seconds. You just have to substitute the values starting from 37, 37 mod 7. How many locations question is saying? We have starting from index key mod 7. So obviously it is going to be 0 to 6. 0 to 6 है ना, 7 ही तो दे रहा ना, मॉड 7 तो मतलब 7 लोकेशंस है आपके पास टोटल, जो कि 0 से स्टार्ट होगा. टाइम अप हो गया है, तो 0 से लोकेशन आपकी बिगिन करेगी 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 एंड ऑल्सो 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now you start inserting 37. So 37 mod 7 will be equal to what? 7 5s are 35. Remainder is going to be 2. So at second position will store 37. Okay. Next is 38. 38 mod 7. Remainder is 3. So at third position will put 38. Then comes 72. 72 mod 7. But if you see here, 7 tens are 70. So it is going to give again position number 2, which is a collision. So we cannot put here, है ना, एक पोजीशन आगे शिफ्ट करेंगे, 2 को 1 प्लस करोगे तो आंसर 3 आएगा, वो भी कोलिजन होगा, बिकॉज लीनियर प्रोबिंग के अंदर आप सिक्वेंशियली एक एक करके आगे बढ़ते हैं. थर्ड पोजीशन वो भी कोलिजन हो जाएगा, वहां पे भी नोड इंसर्ट नहीं होगा. फिर आप इसको फोर्थ पोजीशन पे इंसर्ट करोगे. हाँ, फोर्थ पोजीशन पे आप प्लेस करोगे तो फोर्थ पोजीशन आपकी एम्प्टी है, देन फोर्थ पोजीशन पे 72 जाएगा, आपने इधर प्लेस करा. देन नेक्स्ट आया 48. सो इट इज 48 मॉड 7. बोलो भाई, व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर? 7 5s are 35, 7 6s are 42. Remainder will be equal to 6. 6 position is empty. 48 will be inserted here. Next comes 98. What is 98? 98 mod of 7. Hanji. 98 mod of 7. It will be 0. 98 will be stored at the index value 0. Correct? 0th position. 0th position. So 98 will be stored here. Next is 11. So if I'll calculate 11 mod 7, this is going to be first of all 4, which is a collision because fourth position is already occupied. So incrementing 1 because it's linear probing. So you increment 1 position. And if you go 1 position ahead, fifth position is 3. So you can store at fifth position. The right answer is option number A. I think many students were saying it. 76% accuracy. बहुत बढ़िया. बहुत सारे एग्जामिनेशंस हैशिंग का क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, ये कोई नई बात नहीं है हैशिंग का क्वेश्चन पूछना. चलें, अगला एक बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलर क्वेश्चन जो आता है वो आता है मैच द फॉलोइंग, है ना. एंड वो मैच द फॉलोइंग कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बेस्ड भी हो सकता है या फिर वो सिंपल स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड भी हो सकता है. तो मैं आज यहाँ पर जो है दोनों कंसेप्ट्स बताऊंगी, दोनों टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन. जैसे एक टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन ये हो सकता है, दिस कुड बी वन टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन. Algorithm with approach, you have to match and tell the right answer. Yes, let's start. Timer, time starts now, 30 seconds only. Hanji, the right match, backtracking, brute force, randomized and divide and conquer. आई थिंक सबसे सिंपल जो सेंटेंस लिखा हुआ है जिससे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो रहा है इज करेक्ट आंसर एवरीवन इज सेइंग राइट. डिवाइड एंड कॉन्कर इज द बेस्ट सिंपलेस्ट पार्ट गिवन in the option divide and conquer, because divide and conquer breaks a problem into smaller sub problems, and there is only one option. You can find such type of questions with in which only one option can solve your entire question. So it's just that you have to pay attention while reading questions. Okay, A is the correct answer. Otherwise, for rest of the options, if you see randomized is using random number as the part of their logic to make decision, as we do in case of randomized quicksort. There is a random pivot element chosen, yeah, to take decision to sort the numbers. Random pivot element is chosen in randomized quicksort. So randomized basically is choosing any random number to take the decision. Then we have brute force. Brute force is basically trying all possibilities. Like you have a lock which is a 3-digit lock, so you try all the possibilities to open that lock. Yeah, so that is brute force. So brute force basically is enumerate all possible solutions and you try to find out the best one. And finally, the backtracking logic, which is a trial and error approach, where once you go to a depth, once you go to a solution, if no solution is found, goal is not reached, then you can backtrack from there. So A is the correct answer without any doubt. 94%. One more type of match the following. One more type of match the following could be of this type. So this is my question number 10, like complexity matching. Very, very, very important, I must say, because we have seen such type of questions multiple times in PYQs. Time starts now. Complexity for each of them. Fractional knapsack. Fractional knapsack is a greedy approach. So we find out the ratio, we put them in descending order, Hana? We put them in descending order, yes. When we find the ratio of profit with value, then we put them in an order, in descending order, and that has complexity. My paid users must be knowing this. They have complexity n log n. n log n. No, answer आप लोग गलत दे रहे हैं. C is not the correct answer. Fractional knapsack algorithm complexity is n log n. So we do this in our paid batches. All my paid users must be knowing. Greedy algorithm hota hai fractional knapsack and it has complexity n log n. Another second important thing is AVL. AVL trees are the refinement of binary search trees. Binary search trees in worst case have complexity order of n, which could be squid type of trees. है ना? Binary search trees, BSTs, worst case could be if my tree structure is squid in one direction, either left oriented or right oriented. In such case, it has complexity order of n. But here the AVL structures are refinement, which has the searching complexity as equal to order of log n. They are better compared to that of BSTs. So here C will match with point number 4. C will match with point number 4, which is given in 2 parts, and B will match with point number 1. So my question is done. It should be option number B. That's what the right answer is. Yes, and rest, a backtracking technique, backtracking can be solved with all the possibilities which you have to try. So you're not sure कि इसकी complexity क्या हो सकती है ना? So इस वजह से आप इसको बोल रहे हो D is matching with K to the power n, क्योंकि अभी ये depend करेगा कि कौन से method को आप apply कर रहे हो, है ना? Then इसके बाद finally dynamic programming has complexity order of n. A will match with point number 2. Dynamic programming decompose the original question into repeatable patterns and then stores the result of sub problems so that we do not have to recompute them. But at least if there are n number of elements and I have to compute it once, है ना? That's why the complexity is order of n. ठीक? ऑल्दो हम रिपीट नहीं करते, मतलब अगर आपने एक सब प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन निकाल दिया तो यू आर गोइंग टू स्टोर इट, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू रिकैलकुलेट इट। बट अगर n नंबर ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स है तो एक बार ही तो उनका सोल्यूशन निकालना ही पड़ेगा ना, इस वजह से इसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑर्डर ऑफ n होती है। बी इज द राइट आंसर। ओके, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। चलिए अगला, एक और टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, सो मैं ये भी डिस्कस करूंगी, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। मैं इसको क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 दे रही हूं। It's again very very important. Similar type of question you must have seen in the trend of our recent papers, right? Complexity, you have to put it in the increasing order of asymptotic complexity for the given functions. Your time starts now. And as I said, similar type of question is already the part of previous years. Another second important thing, I have already conducted a detailed YouTube session where we have discussed complexity, comparison and reconciliation. Do watch that session because बहुत important है, ठीक है? चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, ये रहा, टाइमर स्टार्ट करते हैं, 60 seconds. This is last question of my class. What is more complex? What is less complex? You can substitute the values also to get your answer. देखिए, जो पावर के अंदर होता है ना, उसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी हमेशा ज्यादा होती है। एक बात आप यहां से समझ सकते हो, पावर के अंदर मतलब जो जो एक्सपोनेंशियल वैल्यूज को दे रहा है, पावर के अंदर का मतलब हुआ लाइक एज लाइक 2 to the power n और n to the power 3/2 और n to the power log n, such type of things they come under exponential type of functions, and exponential type of functions they always are more complex compared to that of the log n type of functions. Yes, so log n type of functions will have lesser complexity. Yes, log n type of functions are going to have lesser complexity. So definitely the first pointer should be function 3 always. The reason for this, as I said, these three, they are exponential. And exponential functions, they always have high complexity. So my question, my solution should always begin with function number 3. It cannot be C, it cannot be D. Now you have to decide what is more complex. और डेफिनेटली इसके बाद फंक्शन 2 आ रहा है दोनों ऑप्शंस के अंदर, सो यू कैन इग्नोर इट। फंक्शन 2 को सॉल्व नहीं भी करेंगे तो चलेगा, बट यू हैव टू कंपेयर व्हाट इज मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स, फंक्शन 4 और फंक्शन 1. इज 2 to the power n मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स और n to the power log n इज मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स? दैट यू हैव टू सी. राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर A. 95% audience is correct here. You can check here. Function 1, function 2, function 4 are exponential. That's what I said, Hana. So function 3 will be the first in order. So logarithmic growth is smaller than exponential. This is logarithmic function. This is log function, Hana. Log function, and log function growth is always smaller. This reason could also justify your answer that function 4 will come first and later will be function 1. Reason, because here in the power you have log function, yeah, and that's what I just said. Log functions are less complex compared to that of otherwise exponential. यहाँ पर power में log है तो definitely it's going to be less complex compared to point number A जहाँ पे exponential power होती है. समझे? तो ये भी आपका एक reason बन सकता था direct answer निकालने के लिए. Otherwise you can read in details as well. Among the remainings, n to the power 3/2 will be the next, because n to the power 3/2 will be less than n of log n, and n to the power 3/2 will be less than 2 to the power n. One way to compare function 1 and function 4, as I said, function 1 and function 4, it's not needed basically to compare, because whenever you have logarithmic function, that is always less complex. तो यहाँ पे पावर में log है तो आप डायरेक्टली कह सकते हो function 4 कम कॉम्प्लेक्स है, यहाँ पर ये ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स होगा तो आप इसको इस ऑर्डर में रखोगे. बट इफ यू वांट टू सॉल्व इट, देन यू कैन चेक हियर द ऑर्डर ऑफ ग्रोथ of function 1 is order of n, and the order of growth of log of function 4 is log n. So here order of n is higher growth compared to that of log n. Therefore function 1 is faster compared to that of function number 4. Otherwise, even if you do not want to learn all this, then you can watch my YT session, because there I've given a direct complexity comparison table. So the name of the session is complexity comparison and recurrence relation. I will share that session on Telegram group, so you all can watch that session. So here in complexity comparison, I've given a direct table. So there is no need to learn anything. You can directly use that table and solve any such question. ठीक है, इसको मैं शेयर कर दूंगी ताकि आपको फ्यूचर में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. This is all for my class today. This is all for my session today. And before winding up the class, let me announce one more thing. Next week, there will be a break for Diwali. So we won't be meeting for Monday and Wednesday, but Friday's session will be resumed as normal. Next class is on Friday. So I'll be meeting in the next session Friday in the morning at 11 a.m. And this time we are going to discuss top 10 questions. Top 10 questions from the unit Software Engineering. All right, coming Friday in the morning at 11 a.m. So make sure you all must be attending. Yes, I'm showing you the leaderboard. I hope you all like the session. And here, let's check who is winning today. So Rashmi, highest score, followed by Gaurav and Pragati. And everyone, वैसे आज, again, accuracy level was very good. So let me show you the scorecard for all those who have participated today. The type of questions which I've taken are absolutely according to the previous years. जो PYQs के अंदर आ रहे हैं उसी टाइप के क्वेश्चन हमने उठाए हैं, कुछ अलग से नहीं दिया. This is scorecard of 46 students who have participated, with some of newly joined. Okay. Chaliye, see you in the next lecture. God bless you. Lots of love and blessings. I hope you all like it. Bye.